Alrighty, it is 8:32 in the morning on June 26th, and I am currently just standing in the bathroom, so you don't have to listen to the birds chirping because they are very loud. But I have only worked on Door-to-Door Sales Slayer this morning, and that was 4,303 words. I did not realize I'd written that much. I have part of one more chapter and an epilogue left, and then that book will be done, so it should be done today. My eyes hurt though, so I am going to go to bed a little early. I'm also waking up around 11 because that's about when my sister's going to be here and she wants to go to Dairy Queen for ice cream, and I'm going to wake up and accommodate that, so there's that. And then sometime after we get back home I'll probably take a nap, but I'm also using the waking up at 11 theory to see if waking up in increments, if sleeping in increments helps my joints any. Currently I sleep about 6 hours, and even that is too much for my joints, and it takes about an hour to loosen them up after I wake up, and by that point I have to do bird chores, and then I can finally sit down and attempt to work on something, but then it takes me forever to actually get into anything. So we'll see what happens, but as long as my alarm goes off and as long as I wake up to it, the plan is to be awake around 11 and then do that and whatever. But then when I come home, hopefully if I'm not like exhausted, I will finish book 9 of the Bo Taylor series, and then we'll go from there. I obviously have to do some editing on the zombie book, which is called Rage, which is easier than calling it the zombie book, so have to do some editing on Rage. The sooner I finish it, the sooner I can get back to BV and then eventually Man of Darkness, which I think I'm just going to start the next edit for Camp Nano, and again, go from there. But main goal for the day is to finish Door-to-Door Sales Slayer sometime after I get back home. We might also get groceries, so we'll probably be gone for a little bit, and then I'll probably be tired, but either way, the plan is to finish that first before I move on to editing. So I'll give you guys an update at some point in the day. Hopefully everything goes as planned, and hopefully I manage to finish the book, and then hopefully we can move on to the other books that I want to finish this month, which I don't think is going to happen, and that's okay. But this one will be finished, I hope, and then if nothing else, I'll have accomplished the one book that I 100% needed to finish in order to write the next book in the series. But that is all I have for now. I'm going to brush my teeth and go to sleep, and then I will see you guys at some point in the day, hopefully with an update on when I finish the Door-to-Door Sales Slayer. Hey guys, it is currently 4:52 in the morning on June 27th, and so far this morning I haven't done any writing. I didn't start doing anything at all until about 2-something a.m., and at that point I was editing a work in progress video for June 1st through June 3rd, and then while that was exporting I took a 1.5 hour nap. Currently, since I'm testing out to see if sleeping in increments helps my joints not be as stiff when I wake up, 1.5 hours is what I'm currently going with, and then I stay awake for a while, and then I go back to sleep for an hour and a half, and then we go from there. Worked pretty well yesterday. I wasn't nearly as stiff as I normally am. I was still generally kind of stiff, and I still wore my braces all day, my knee compression braces all day when I wasn't asleep, but it did seem to help a little bit, so I'm sticking with that today and giving it a fighting chance. But now the video has exported, it's uploading to YouTube at the moment, and here in a few I'm going to do some work in Untitled Mysteries before I move on to like Child of Sickness and all of that. I finished Door-to-Door Sales Slayer yesterday, which you guys saw, and I'm very, very happy with it. It was longer than I was expecting it to, which isn't a bad thing. That's pretty good. I was worried for a while there that I wouldn't even be able to get it to the 40,000 words, so I'm glad that it ended up being longer than that, if nothing else. But I still want to do my best to get through Always Watching and JTS. I don't think I'll be able to finish either one of them by the end of the month, but I think if nothing else, as long as I hit them hard a few times, it'll be okay. I don't necessarily need to finish them in order to accomplish any other books or start any other books or anything like that, so it'll be okay. I finished the main one that I needed to finish, and that's about the main goal of the month. But I also need to film a Camp Nano video at some point, and I don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow or what. Probably tomorrow, but I'm going to start with Untitled Mystery work before I go to sleep, and then we'll go from there. But I will give you guys at least one more update before I go to sleep around 9:30 or so. Alrighty, it is 5:31 in the morning on June 28th, and I've only been awake for about half an hour. I had a really bad headache this morning and a little bit into last night, and nothing was really helping it, so eventually around midnight, sometime between like midnight and 1, I think, I just went to sleep. So I have not written anything yet, but that is what I'm going to do for now, and then I'm going to do my best to go to sleep at 9:30 like I normally do and sleep for like an hour or so. Because I slept for 4 hours, I was waking up in between in like half-hour increments, because if the headache was gone at that increment, I was going to get up and write, but it only recently faded, but that's okay. But because I slept for 4 hours in one position, more or less, like I rolled over and stuff, but I wasn't standing up, my joints are really, really stiff. That's not surprising. My knuckles are stiff, my wrists are stiff, my knees, my elbows, shoulders, it's everywhere at the moment. But I'm slowly stretching them out and moving around and whatnot, so I'll get there eventually. But I'm going to start working on Child of Sickness and work through those really fast to get to Always Watching and JTS. Those are the ones that I want to make big progress on, and then I would also like to write close to 4,000 words in Untitled Mysteries or the Stuff and Things count, just because I still have a word goal that I want to meet for that by the end of the month, which is either 40,000 or 50,000, and I would like to meet that every month for the Stuff and Things category of my writing, but I've been very behind on it this month because a lot of my time in the evening goes towards editing. So I'm going to try and do that too, but I would like to start with Child of Sickness and cycle through those books first and hope for the best. So that is the plan, and I'll give you guys an update at some point, but for now I'm just going to keep stretching out and then eventually get into writing. Alrighty, it is 9:40 p.m. and I just finished editing the rest of Rage, so that is 8,187 words edited for the day, which brings my total edited count to 48,136 words. With this done, tomorrow I'm going to move back to BV edits, which I haven't worked on in a while, but I'm going to start the next edit of Man of Darkness in July on the 1st for Camp Nano, and then BV's edits will also carry over into July, but technically Man of Darkness does come first when it comes to progress. It's the edit where I take notes, so it will take longer. All of the notes I take will be counted towards my word count for that month as well, so we'll see how things go. But with this done, I'm going to wrap up in here, shut off the computer, move back to the living room, get back to work on Always Watching, and see what more progress I can make before the end of the night. I would like to write at least another 200 words in there just to bring my total to 1,000 words for Always Watching, and then I'm going to move on to Untitled Mysteries stuff to get that count up for the day at least a little bit. I don't expect to hit the 4,000 words by any means, but I am going to do my best to work on it at least a little bit, but I'm going to finish up in here, and then I will give you guys another update at some point.